Hey everybody, Christine here, Peace Dealer, Texas. I just got in from the grocery store. Let me put my glasses on. Um, just got in from the grocery and I went for meat. That's all I went for. And today it was on reduced prices. So what I'm going to do is I am going to, well, let me show you. So it's at my local grocery store, and like I said, it was reduced. It is 80/20, and their regular price right now is $4.99. I got this for $3.49, and I got 4.24 ounces and three. Same thing, 80/20 reduced, and this one was 11. So um, this is quite a lot of meat. I'm going to try and set you up here. That's quite a lot of meat. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how this kind of stuff, a lot of people don't want to buy it because they are, afraid they're going to get sick or something like that. And it's just not so. You're not going to get sick from doing that. So really what you can do is you can, let me get my cutting board. Well, yeah, let me get my cutting board. I dropped something. So I'm going to get my cutting board and I am going to get my freezer bags, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to separate it out in meal size portions. Now, the reason I'm doing this, number one, is because it is price effective. And if you freeze it right away, you're not going to get sick. It's just they've got to move their meat, and they get food in all the meats all the time in my grocery, and if they're not buying it, then they've got to get rid of it, so they reduce it, which is fine by me. I'm gonna wash my hands now and I'll be right back. Okay. You see my dirty front living room area? My coffee table never stays clean. All right, so I'm just gonna dig in, and I'll probably this first one, I'm gonna measure it out a pound, and I'm gonna use my little electric, it's actually battery or yeah, something like that. Anyway, I'll just set it right there and I'm gonna clear it. There we go, because it had 15, it was taped on 15. So I want to get about a pound each, and I'm just digging in and putting it in there, and then I'll weigh it. Not even close to a pound. And there we go, just a tad over. Got one down. So I'm kind of interested. I'm really excited and about the ketovore type food I'm going to eat. And what I'm doing is I'm going to do an elimination diet. So I don't eat pork. So, and a lot of times carnivores will say beef, butter, and egg, or beef, butter, eggs, and bacon. But I don't eat bacon. So I'm just going to eat beef, butter, and eggs. And then once my body gets acclimated to this, perfect. Once my body gets acclimated to the meat again, because remember, I got sick about 3 weeks ago, and I have not been able to get back on the ketovore. And I was already at the stage where I was bringing broccoli back in. That went wonderfully. Celery did not work in my body. It just made me feel yucko. So okay, that's, I just have not been able to get back. And a friend of mine, I guess I can call her a friend, a colleague, whatever, in my mentorship group, she was saying, just go cold turkey, just do it again. Because I did it the first time, cold turkey. And I had a little bit of problems in my tummy, but you know, that's just the way it goes when you're understanding the keto or the carnivore situation. It just happens that way. So I've got 3 bags down. This obviously was right at 4 pounds of meat. And so I will mix in all these meats, and what I'll do is I have a marker, well, in my junk drawer. Where's my marker? Did I move my marker? I sure did. I have a marker that I put the date on, and quite frankly, I don't need to put the date on it because I rotate all of my food anyway. But quite frankly, I don't really have a whole lot of food in my fridge just because it's just me, and I buy like for 1 or 2 days, and that's it. So yeah, so I'll put the date on it, and I'll put it in the refrigerator, in the freezer, and I'll go from there. I'll probably keep 2 of the bags out for the next couple of days, and then I'm gonna dig into the next one, and then we'll go from there. I'll bring you guys along, but I will tell you this: I was all my life I've been kind of finicky, I guess I should say, with meat. Sometimes I could digest it and it would be just fine, and then sometimes I would just not even have the taste for it, so I wouldn't eat it. I have been on a macrobiotic diet. It's kind of like a, not really raw, but very very cakey. Not cake, but everything was like mush. It was kind of weird. This Indian lady was teaching me how to do it, and I did that just for like a month. I was just like, yeah, this is not for me. So then I was vegan for this many times. I decided real quick that I like eggs and I like butter and cheese. So I could not be vegan, and I like creamer in my coffee, and I don't use powdered, you know, I don't use that kind of creamer. I use like real half and half or real heavy cream in my coffee. So I was vegetarian for a couple of years, and then I started eating fish and meat again, and then I would stop and I would go back to being a vegetarian. And then for 16 years, I started to, I married Kenneth, and I started becoming a vegetarian again. So I was vegetarian for quite the time, and I did not, the last year of the last year of the 16 years, so I guess 15 years vegetarian, the last year I started eating chicken. I just needed the meat, and I'm in Kansas now, and I decided, you know what, I want meat. You know, there's all kinds of cow farmers out here in Kansas, and I just was like, I gotta have some meat. So I did. I went ahead and got the meat, and I'm digging it. I like it. It's good. But like I said, I got sick. I got sick about 3 weeks ago with the flu, and I have not. I started with I started to eat because it was the only thing I could keep down: ramen noodles, crackers, and I could not. That was what I could keep down and not just feel horrible. So I just have not been able to get back on, and more so because I bought the food. I'm going to wash my hands real quick again. Hang on. Well, maybe I can talk to you while I'm over here. When I bought, I was buying pasta. I was buying the foods that were not for what my goals were. So I I just made a decision. I got to get back on it, because the reason I went on it was because I started listening to some people on the internet, and some a couple of doctors, and they were talking about how it really helps with this carnivore type thing, with a elimination process diet, process. You would really start to get a lot of energy back. You would lose a lot of inflammation, which is good, because I've got a lot of inflammation in my back and my knee, and it's something that I try to keep. I drink lots of water. It's not arthritis. It's just my it just gets to me sometimes. So I was just kind of dealing with it. But when I was on the elimination part of the ketovore, it was going away. And then when I was all the way on keto, or no, carnivore, it was completely gone. And then I got sick, and it came back, and it's back, so I sell on eBay, and I sell men's clothing, and I am on my feet on concrete floors in thrift stores, warehouses, that kind of stuff, pretty much all day. So it's very important for me to have the energy, because I am a one lady show, to have the energy and the ability to work without pain. The last time I was outsourcing, I had to sit down in the shoe section because my back was hurting, and I'm not going to get on the floor and crack my back. I'm just not going to do it. So what I'm doing now is this one wasn't a pound, but what I'm doing is I've got the meat all in the Ziplocs, and what I'm doing is I'm flattening them. That way they stack better in the freezer, and they are easier to write the date on it. And then if I do make it to where I do find a good deal and I rotate the meat, I'll be able to see the dates and keep it nice and clean like that. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. Now, going back to the diet, I do want to continue with the carnivore, and I do like broccoli. I love broccoli, and I will, and blueberries and strawberries. I will bring those back in to my diet, but right now I am going to do the elimination, and then when I bring them back, I will see about how my body reacts to them, and if it's worth keeping them in my diet or not. So with that, my total, I bought a couple of other personal things. What happened to my receipt? Here it is. So it was $14.80 and $11.34. No tax on food. Yeah, so that's how much I spent at the grocery. And like I said, I'm going to put the dates on them and put them up. Today is the 22nd. I don't need to put the year. 122. 122. So the next time I go into a bigger city where there is a Costco, I do like picking up coffee. I know all the coffee. I know I love good coffee. I love good coffee. And in my world right now, I do not like brewing pots of coffee. It's just such a hassle. And I would prefer, since it's just me, making one cup at a time, because what happens when I start drinking a lot of coffee, for me, when I start doing a pot of coffee, I end up wasting it because I don't drink it all, or I drink too much, and that's not good. Either way, it's a waste of money, and I don't want to do that, because if I start tapering off of coffee, there's just headaches and cranky, and I just don't want to do that. So I'm gotta get some instant coffee. I know. But hey, that's who I am. That's what I do. So again, this is Christine, aka Peace Dealer, Texas. I am a Kansas girl now, small town America. I am I'm middle aged, I guess. Yeah, I'm middle aged. I resell on eBay. I'm a part of a book club. I'm part of a mentorship group. I attend church online because the nearest church to me is far away. Um, I my sister and my brother live here in town, and I see them quite a bit. And there's two lakes in my town, and I spend quite a bit of time over there, quiet time. And then there's the Flint Hills. Oh, if you've ever been to the Flint Hills, it's just amazing. And in any way that I communicate with you guys, it will be here through YouTube. And I do hope that you enjoyed me just talking about what I eat and how I ate and how I prepare my meat and put it in the freezer and stuff like that. So next video. I don't know yet. I don't know when the video will be and what the video will be. I am just now starting or restarting. I had about 20 other videos, and then I deleted. I didn't delete them. I stored them, but I took them off because I want this to be what I do. Like I said, the book club about my mentorship. Not really. I'm not going to talk about the mentorship group, but I will make mention of my mentors in there and. My food journey, my nature and spiritual journey. I do like, I'm a therapist by trade, and I really miss that. I don't have reciprocity here in Kansas, so I don't counsel here. But what I'd like to do is, and I gotta kind of figure out when, if I'm gonna drop the book reviews on Fridays and like on Tuesdays do like this type of thing. I haven't found a system, but I need, to really listen to you guys. So when you guys all start subscribing, just, tell me what you like, tell me what you don't like, but be kind. And we'll see you next time that I am here, and we will talk to you later. Most likely Friday. Okay, bye-bye now.